Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and this mud on my face sure does feel good. Yes, I sure got surprised on that move as the gangsters planned this and released that news about downgrading the S&P and our debt. That was a shocker. You know, they planned this, I do believe, on purpose to be released over the weekend when all the bears were sleeping. Like me, I had to close out my short position Friday because that was options expiration and at a loss. And it would have been a nice, profitable move today had this move happened on Friday. But of course, those gangsters weren't going to allow that to happen. So they saved this BS until today. And you know, I think it was actually just a warning that they were going to downgrade the S&P and our debt. So I don't even think that it's actual. I mean, so it's just basically a rumor. And sure, I'm sure they will eventually in the future, but they timed it out perfectly to do this today. They wanted to get this C leg out of the way. Pretty much, they wanted to get this lower low out of the way. This 1, 2, 3, I guess you'd call it a C leg, or maybe it's a wave 3. It's too short to be a wave 3, but I don't even know if it's the end of this move now or if they are going to turn this thing up. I'm going to have to, you know, still believe that they are going to rip this thing back up higher. I still am going to stick with my original thoughts on the weekend post and the other video I did that that they're going to take this higher to the fake print. This was 100% manipulated and done just to fulfill the second leg down, because you rarely have just a one-legged move down. It almost always has two moves down. And they needed to do this to work off the overbought conditions. So this bottoming tail in here, I know this is technically a bearish pattern because we are below the 50-day moving average. And you know, yes, if we do move up here on the 60 and get ready to roll back over to the downside, the question will be, if we run up to here and hit this line and then roll over, it very possibly this is what people were expecting, for this to come down here, all the way down here, and hit this 1290 area, 1285 area, hit this bottom of this channel, and to come in some type of wave 3 down. I just don't believe they're going to allow that to happen. I believe that this is going to be it, that this support is going to hold, that this was 100% manipulated to get some bears on board down here after it gapped down. They wouldn't let them get on here, so they squeezed them out Thursday and Friday, and then after they gapped down, they got all these bears on board. And sure, I think we're going to run back down here. We may retest this area in here several times, but I think we're going to run on up. I really do. I think we'll probably close positive tomorrow, and I think later this week we're going to break out of this channel and move on up. I know that's going against what everybody's thinking right now. Everybody thinks we're getting ready to go down, and I'm the biggest bear out there. I mean, I'm a major bear, but I just think that this was staged, 100% staged. The data, the news was released on purpose to catch the bears off guard, sleeping, so they could work off the VIX. Look what they did with the VIX. Look, they bottomed it out right here. Look at this black bar here. I think they're going to turn around and they're going to move it back down, move it back down, move it back down. And they needed to do that because it was too low. They needed to get to move it down there. I just don't think that we're going to crash. I know that sounds contrary to what everybody else seems to think, but when I look at this spinning top with the long tail right here tagging the lower Bollinger Band there, and I look back at some of the other candle patterns just like it, like this, and see what happened afterwards. Like this one was, I guess, an exception, but yeah, it continued down on that one. So looking at some of the others, though, this one here, they did continue up, and I don't know, maybe it's a gut feeling. I almost, when I wrote the post for Sunday night, I just had a feeling that they would surprise us with something, but who knows what it is. What do you do if you go short on a Friday? 9 times out of 10, or I only say 9 times out of 10, probably higher than that, probably 95% of the time, you get your butt handed to you on bullish Monday. It's rare that we have a big down day on Monday. So, you know, I was really expecting them to go down a little bit and maybe close with a spinning top today, which, by the way, they did on the SPY, but just not on the SPX. As I was showing you, the SPY right here, this is the SPY. We did close with a spinning top here, but I was actually expecting the spinning top to be up here in this area right here. So just slightly down, as I said in the video, and then back up, and then maybe gap out on Tuesday. So, but they didn't do that. So now I know everyone's expecting up to here and roll over, and boy, that looks pretty. That looks like it's real logical, but I don't think it's going to take this out. Sure, I could be dead wrong on it. They could surprise me again, but I think the surprise has already been pulled. The surprise was the gap down Monday. I think now they have fulfilled a lower low at 1294, and 1290s area is about as low as they can go before they break this major trend line right here from 2009. It's around the 1290 area, I believe, is where it's at. This moving average right here is 1296, right where we're tagging. But I think you can't really go much below 1290 on a closing basis for the week. But I really think that they are going to turn this week back up. Before this week is said and done, I think they're going to turn it back up. We still have light volume the rest of the week. It's a 3 days left. It ends this Friday, will be closed. So I think they're going to trick us all and run this up. I know a lot of you go against that. You know, the charts definitely say that we should go up here and hit major resistance here at gap window. Same thing right here, gap window. We should hit resistance there at gap window. And then if we go on up here to try to fill the gap, of course, we'll have to get over this channel right here to feel it. But it's just, to me, I know that this was just a bear trap in my gut. And just like I had a feeling that they would surprise us with something. Of course, you just can't go by the feeling. You have to go ahead and exit. You can't hold your positions or roll out your positions to the next month, or you can't do that, because 9 out of 10 times it's bullish Monday. Who holds puts over the weekend? It's a rarity. So I know this is still going down, but I think we're going to turn back up. I really do. I don't think we're going to crash. Everybody seems to think that, but I just don't think it. There's other reasons too. Besides just this, I just noticed that some of the other industries were not participating. Cobra did a great job of posting that he noticed that the Qs were not participating in this hollow red bar. Cobra's on this as well, thinking that it is bullish as well, and I'm agreeing with him. I am definitely. Hollow red bar there on the Qs. Look at that bottoming tail. So you could still, the inverse head and shoulders, draw the lines here, draw the lines here. I still think we're gonna go up. He points out all the statistics to it. Does a great job of that. So you can go to his blog and check that out. And same thing here. He shows you some buy volume on Apple. and look at where it's held. Triple support right here now, triple bottom, I guess. And rarely do you have a fourth bottom. So if we break down from here, then certainly we're going to go down here to the next major. I would guess that this line here is a 200 moving average here, just below 310. But I don't think that's going to happen. The rest of the week being low, I'm with Cobra on this. I am thinking that we will turn and go back up. And when Apple comes out with their earnings on the 20th after the bell, that it will be bullish. That will move the market up. And so the rest of the week, I think we're gonna go up. And then if we break above I think we'll break above this. I do. I definitely think we're going to break above this, get out of this channel, and start to go up. So, sorry guys. I mean, I was wrong on this move down today, so maybe I'll be wrong on this one too. I've been wrong many times, and it's frustrating trying to call this market because it shouldn't have really happened like that. But again, this is 100% manipulation. But what I'm expecting basically is stuff like this right here. See how this range bound stuff is, as they put in a low and then basically fought to keep that low and put in a higher low, then back down, then they chopped, finally went down for the head. But this whole section here made your left shoulder. I'm looking for that same kind of garbage over here, a breakout here, back test. But I don't think we're going to break this. I really don't. The most I think we could see would be 1290, and that's about it. So if we get up here, we roll back down and hit 1290, I think that would be the bear's best hope. And I think after that, it's up and away for the rest of the month, and that's it. I don't think we're going down here to break this 1249 area anytime soon. I'm still inclined to think that we're going to go up into the rest of the month, especially this week, the rest of this week being bullish. And so, we'll see if we break down tomorrow. Like I said, the lowest I can see is right around this 1290, and that's mainly because of where it works out on the weekly chart, right in this area as major support line. And when that finally breaks, this market is really going to fall apart. But until then, so you can see here again, you draw a line across here, you're about 1290. Let's see, that's exactly 1287.14 for the 100-day moving average. So I guess it could hit an intraday pierce of that. So, but I'm not sure that we're even going to get that low. We'll have to see how strong this move up is tomorrow. But I think tomorrow kind of chop around a little and end up closing positive. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I think we're going to go up, because I think the Qs, which are going to be relying upon Apple's earnings to really push it up, I think that the Qs will be pushed up and the S&P will be pushed up as well, and the bears are just going to get squeezed. So the lowest I really think we can go, like I said, is about this 1290. You can see we should go up here in the morning and then probably turn back down and roll over. So we could go up, come back down, and go back up, and who knows if it's going to go up here and just hit this line here. But there will be sellers right here at this point at the gap window, and if they hit that, there'll be some sellers that may push it back down and close again with a spinning top. And then into Wednesday and Thursday, I think it's going to gap up and get out of this range. I think this daily is just about done. I think it's going to roll back up. I think we're putting in positive divergence here. I know everything else looks negative, but that's just what I see. I think this was more manipulation than anything. I've seen this happen before, where when this ADX line starts to turn up, it takes this one right here and turns it up, and it just buries the other one, buries the negative DI line, and just brings the positive one up. I think this was 100% staged to get some bears on board, and I think they got them on board, and they'll get more on board tomorrow as more bears short it. So short term, up a little bit. If we hit this area, it's good for maybe a day, shorten it. If it goes back down here and puts in a higher low, the bears are pretty much done. If it, Now, if it breaks it, and then 1290 is pretty much, that area is about the line in the sand that I can see. I can't see it, and as long as it don't break that, I think it's up into the rest of the month, to end the month probably positive, or I could see that fake print still being hit by the 29th. It's hard to believe, folks, but so yes, I was majorly wrong. I got took by surprise here on this gap down. So I have to eat some mud. So will I eat some mud on the rest of this call for the month, for the April 29th time period, roughly being our fake print of 1388? Well, we won't know till around that time period, I guess. But I'm expecting, just like I said, tomorrow to probably end up positive. Lots of chopping around as this thing rolls, rolls back down. Lots of chopping around, but I think it will put a higher low. I don't think it's going to take out 1290. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I think we're going to bust out of this channel and go up here to challenge the highs with support of more great news from Apple as they report their wonderful earnings report that they have sold iPads to blind African children that can't even afford food and water because Bill Clinton and George Bush attacked them with HARP and killed them off. Sorry, just a little upset here that I just feel like it's very frustrating to have to take a loss on this garbage, and to know that you would have made a nice profit on this move, but because of this manipulated garbage and news that comes out, it takes you out, and you have to set out until you get another move, until you get another opportunity. So yeah, I'll probably be looking for a short position, but it won't be for any big move down. Like I said, if we hit this or hit this area, yeah, I'll probably take a short for a ride down, but I'll bail in one day, I'm sure. Unless I see it really take out 1290, I'll bail out, I'm sure. So as a matter of fact, I'll probably end up, if we get down to this area, if we hold in this area, high or low or something, I'll probably take a long on Apple and into earnings the rest of the week. So alright, gang, that's enough bitching for me. Sorry, I hope everyone made some money from it. Sorry for the bad call. I just can't read these guys' minds, I guess. So hopefully you guys all made money and nobody got hurt from my bad call. See you guys on the blog.